So this is good behavior. I like this behavior. I like the fact that every time, no matter how many times I input bad data, it will ask me again and again and again. So that's good. But what happens when I put in valid data? So I put in 45 and it says in 5 years you'll be 50. But now it's asking for my age again. And I've already told it my age. I don't like this behavior at all. The program should be done now. Now that I've given it the input that it wanted, it's given me the output that I wanted. I want the program to go away, but instead it's asking me for my age again. In fact, because computers never get tired, never get bored, don't have emotions, and will do everything you tell them to and nothing more, I can sit here forever until the sun explodes, typing in numbers. That's not the behavior that I want. What I want to happen is I want to write this program in such a way that when I do manage to enter valid data, I want the program to stop. So, how do I do that? Well, while loops allow us to put in a condition here, very similar to if statements. I can put in any expression in here that evaluates into a Boolean. I actually already have a fancy little Boolean hanging around here that tells me if I've parsed the input correctly, which means I can actually reuse this Boolean inside my while loop. Now, I'm about to type this in, but it's going to cause an error. Don't panic. This is this is going to cause an error, and it's causing an error because of a slightly esoteric topic of the C# language specification called definite assignment. The goal of C# is to prevent you from making common mistakes, or that's one of the big goals. And what I've done here is I've tried to access a variable before I've given it a value. If we look at the error, it says local variable did parse correctly might not be initialized before accessing. And the C# compiler will prevent this code from compiling until I correct this problem. And again, read the errors. It says this error says use of unassigned local variable did parse correctly. So what I have to do is I have to give my did parse correctly a default value. And I'm going to give it a default value of false. Or, sorry, whoops, I'm getting kind of backwards here. There we go. Boolean logic is hard. Alrighty, so what we've done here is we've given did parse correctly the value of false. And we've specified in our while loop that we want to say while did parse correctly is equal to false, execute this loop. And continue to execute this loop until did parse correctly becomes anything other than false. And once it becomes anything other than false, end the program. So now when I hit F5, it says enter your age. I can put in as much garbage input as I want. The program will not crash until I put in a valid number. And when I put in a valid number, it gives me that output that I wanted, and it ends the program.